This video then is going to be on the concept of symmetry. You might have come across it before. Basically, we've got two types of symmetry. The first is rotational symmetry. And in rotational symmetry, it's when you turn a shape and it comes back to the same position, or the same arrangement, I should say, before it reaches a full 360-degree turn. Bilateral, on the other hand, is when the two sides look the same when divided by a line. So bilateral symmetry is probably the one you've heard of more. But if I divided a shape in half and it looked as if there was a reflection, that would be bilateral symmetry. So let's have a look at rotational symmetry then. Here we've got a star shape, and I've put a blue spot to show you where the starting point is. So I could turn this shape slightly and it reaches a position now where, although the starting point has now turned around to by here, as shown by the blue dot, it looks like its original arrangement and position. So that's what we call order 1 rotational symmetry. It's now reached the same position a second time, so that's order 2. A third time, order 3. Fourth time, order 4. And a point to note is that we still consider going back to the original position an order, so that would be called order 5 rotational symmetry. So even if a shape has got no rotational symmetry, and it's not until it's back to its original position that it looks the same again, it's still order 1 rotational symmetry. So that's how we look into rotational symmetry and how we describe it, by the number of times it goes back into its original position in a 360-degree turn. We describe the symmetry, bilateral symmetry, in terms of planes of symmetry. So a plane of symmetry is if we divided the picture in two at that point, it would make the two sides look like reflections of each other, as can be seen here. But this shape doesn't have just one plane of symmetry. I can put one by here, and there would still be a mirror image. By here, here, and here. So all of those, there are actually 5 planes of symmetry on this shape. And all of those lines, each one makes the right and left side of that line look identical to each other. So we've got rotational symmetry where we have orders of symmetry for each time it looks the same in a 360-degree turn, and bilateral symmetry where each plane of symmetry shows us looks as if it's a reflection. One side is a reflection of the other.